Hello, beautiful beings. Hello, divine creators. Welcome to Conversations with Kemet. We trust you are all well. Just a reminder, beautiful beings, that this Saturday we have a Q&A with Kemet, which is a donation-based Q&A, where we will be live from 6 p.m. to around 8 p.m. South African time. South African time, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And should you be interested, you can come online and through the chat you can ask a question and we'll be there to answer. And then we ask that you simply donate what you feel. This will allow a space where you can now openly, freely ask, and we'll be able to channel the answers and also allow a interactive for should you log on and should somebody ask a question, their answer might also assist your answering. So it's a richer, deeper experience as you all get to connect for those 2 hours and share openly and receive openly and allow all of that to be a healing experience, gaining more knowledge and really allowing yourself to be in the safe space with us. We look forward to this. And then Sunday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. of course, Sunday Soul Sessions. So we look forward to connecting with all of you again and seeing what Source will bring through. So today's conversation, togetherness. Togetherness has been coming through. We had quite a intense activation, integration, a shift actually, quite intense shift today, as we really were understanding our connection and relationship to Source. That's really been something we have been, our own journey. We don't know, we're quite sure all of you have been going through this in your own way. But for us of late, it has been the relationship with Source. Source has come to really, how can we say this? It's a fascinating thing. It's, as we have mentioned with presence, presence is to release the physical from having any opinion, right? And no longer adjusting and taking everybody's observation into account as to your being, thus you are present. But also now spiritual energies and Source. Source came clearly saying, we are at where you are. Understand this. When you limit yourself, then the Source energy you are then co-creating with will be one of limitation. Should you receive information that tells you how Source or creative energies are, and that's what you believe, that is then how Source and the creative energies will then have to manifest in your life. We are where you are. What you believe is how much you allow us to come through. So should you be limitless and allow yourself limitlessness and allow yourself presence and wholeness, you then meet the us who is present, who is whole, who is limitless, because you allow yourself. You are Source. You are the physical manifestation of Source. So the more you allow your physical self, the more you allow the Source self. The more you allow the physical self to be, the more you allow yourself to receive the Source self, the fullness of the Source self. And we had an interesting energy where we have been asking for more, and not more which we don't feel it was too much. It was just a Source. We enjoy what we do, we enjoy the work we do, we enjoy these energies, we enjoy this frequency, we enjoy what we offer, and we felt this is really what it's all about, right? Coming to ease, coming to presence, to well-being. That everything you do is allowing you this presence, this well-being, this goodness, this positive energy, this wonderful feeling. And then we connect with you here, and then this is where we then allow our abundance. And no matter what you do, no matter how it expresses yourself, that ease and that brilliance, that's your abundance. Everybody is a genius in their field of happiness and source. This is our field of happiness. And this is where we are, in that our mind works with this happiness. It allows all the connections to come in. So we have this knowledge, this crazy, almost genius level source knowledge where we can just tap in. It works organically, just like an artist has genius level artistry where you just tap in and you're able to create this visual feast out of imagination and creativity, and you just think, how on earth did you think that into that? And it's like, wow. But because it's what is your ease, your well-being, your joy, it is a channeling of your source frequency. So we were having this personal tug of war of source. We're really happy here. However, stability and finances and what we're trying to build is slow, and it's very specific how we must create, and we're okay with this. But why do we have a feeling? And it was interesting, it was more a sense, a deep sense. And we were asking, why do we have this feeling that our financial stability and our security isn't really quite a priority? And we're like, there's something that just feels like we want to just sit, we just want to trust, we want to just be here and trust, but there's something that's just not sitting right. And as we were walking under the sun today, we asked Source, our finances, are you working on that? Like, no. And okay, what about stability? Like, no, not really. And we were like, but Source, we are happy to be open channels and to be this anchoring frequency of messages, because our unknown frequency allows us to do this. We're happy to do this. However, surely we can do this in abundance, or in a place where we also can receive and the physical needs are met. And we just received, no, that's not really important to us. Now, I'm sure most of you understand that we are tired, like all of us, really. This has been quite a long mission, right? So, not that the outcome is the focal point, but some outcome would be nice. So, we just felt this fundamental, and we are done. We just felt Source. We have been this, we have been this, we have been listening, we have been following, we have been anchoring, we have been releasing, we have been purging. Yes, it has been tricky, and sometimes you can get cheeky and a bit stubborn. We know this. However, everything you have asked us to do with blind faith, we have followed through, and we feel the magic, we feel the goodness, we feel the happiness, we feel the abundance. We can feel that we're allowed to have it. We can feel it's our birthright, and yet you're saying, no, I can't. And they're like, you could, but it's not what we are. No. So we felt confused, and we decided, okay, you know what, we're done. As much as we enjoy doing this, as much as we do love being this teacher, the spiritual teacher, and anchoring all these energies, as much as we absolutely adore everything we do here, we actually also want to live a comfortable, and we want to actually have an abundant, comfortable life. And Source, if you are not the path to this, then we release you, because we don't feel we want to honor a frequency that isn't looking after us and caring for us in that way. We're not choosing a selfless service life. We don't feel we need to do that anymore. We do not need to sacrifice ourselves. We do not need to be lackful. We do not need to diminish ourselves for Source. Those are old ancient teachings. Yes, there was a time when we had to release the physical in order to anchor in, but that's all gone in that space. And no. And we channeled anything that disallows us abundance and ease and finances and flow coming in. We release you. we're done. And we heard the collective we've always known as Kemet and Source say, we release you to poof, nothingness. We felt absolute nothingness. It was very peaceful, we've got to say. Very peaceful. But it was interesting because it was not the stillness within Source, but truly just the absence of Source. And when we came into the physical, we opened our eyes, we looked around, we could see the physical people and stuff, but we couldn't feel anyone. We could feel the heat on the sun, but we couldn't feel the sun as we used to. So that inner connection was gone. We felt very, very much a physical vessel and only a physical vessel. And we thought, really? Really? All of that and then just poof. We just sat down and again, it's that journey where we're not frustrated anymore. I think we are beyond frustration or beyond tired. There's a certain point where you just the physical experience has been so roller coasty that by now it really takes something quite big and quite, I think, quite intense to put me in any shock or to affect my mood in a way where I'm like, like I don't get phased very much. So even that absence of source, I was like, oh, okay, well. And we just sat there in that nothingness. It was peaceful, but it felt empty. It didn't feel whole and rich and satisfying. It felt empty. And we thought, oh, this really can't be it. All of that and then. And in that space, we could almost feel something. And we asked, is anybody there? And we heard collectively, we're all here. And I'm like, oh. Then I was like, okay, then let's all come and sit and let's really talk about this because I don't understand why there is no path for us to get something back for the work we do. We don't think we're asking for too much. And we felt this energy of Kemet come through, but very, very different. Just as a side, because this made us giggle afterwards in retrospect, as we were in that space of nothingness, we remember asking, are we Kemet? And we heard, no, you're not. The first thing we thought was home affairs. And I think for you, in overseas, we know I think it's Home Depot, wherever you go to organize, your IDs and passports. And we're thinking, no, I don't care what we are. We're remaining Kemet. I am not going to stand in that line again to change my name again. No. That's the first thing. We say this because the frequencies, when they connected, they laughed and said, we can't believe the first thing you thought. Well, the first thing you thought about when we said, you're not Kemet is home affairs. And we just said, if you understood the admin, the admin, it's a day. Anyway, so then we asked the guy, we said, everyone come through, because we didn't even know who they are. We're like, we feel this energy, whoever you are, come, because we're going to speak and we're going to sort this out, because this is not going to happen this way. So then we feel this energy and we recognize it immediately as Kemet, but happier, very vibrant, incredibly positive, and thrilled. And the frequency held out their hands and we held their hands, and obviously if anybody's watching this in the park, it's us holding air, but we can see them all, so we're holding this frequency's hands, and the energy says, well done. And we thought, what do you mean? And they said, you chose you. And we were confused. What do you mean we chose us? And they said, as we have been working and as you have been understanding divine being, humans have conditioned the physical world and they've conditioned the spirit. They have an idea of source. So it was first the illusion source when you were unawakened, and then you disanchored from that frequency. And then spirit came in to assist you, and you anchored in the source of spirit. And the source of spirit has been guiding you to the physical source. We said, yes. And they said, well, you hadn't let go of the source of spirit yet. When you were born, you were told you were not worthy, that you were not of worth, that you would amount to nothing. That is the programming you received every single day when you were young. We said, yes. And this came from your father. Yes, that masculine energy, the light energy. We said, yes. So understand that you and your understanding of your true source was very splintered. You were conditioned, just as everybody, that the spirit is within, and that is very true. Back in the day, in the past, when those very texts of spirit were written, yes, the spirit frequency came to earth to connect with the physical in order to teach the physical of source again. So yes, indeed, the spirit came to earth and anchored into the physical to teach you, to remind you of your source. And that has been the source reference all this time. But you are of physical source. And if I may remind you, dearest, the spirit frequency is not physical. They do not need food, or money, or shelter, or any of the physical. Which is why those who honor only the spirit within generally release the physical, and great lack they allow themselves to be in. For they only value that of spirit, and the physical world isn't really of spirit's domain. So spirit doesn't need it at all to be at source. So you released your spirit source, Kemet. The spirit, Kemet. Because remember, you are Kemet. Source is Kemet. Your unique frequency of source is Kemet. And Kemet has many different experiences, many different extensions, many different ways of being. And naturally there's the spirit Kemet and you are the physical Kemet. To bring you back to source, you had to take on spirit Kemet, and you've known spirit Kemet all your life. But finally, with all the work you've been doing of self-worth, self-love, self-care, of what you deserve, of your power, of your worth, of your birthright, and with healing all these beings, you've healed all these energies within you to limitlessness, to abundance, all these physical frequencies, all these beings coming to co-create with you within the physical, within abundance. The energies within you were full of source physical. All of them understanding the richness of abundance in the physical, which is why source telling you no, you can't be abundant felt so off. But finally today it felt too off that you released. And you went into nothingness. And nothingness born of what? Of your fear? No. Of your anger? No. Of your frustration? No. Of your worry? No. What did you feel? Peace. You were taken aback that your spirit source center was gone. You were a bit annoyed that your source center was gone. Like really, after all of that and nothing. But otherwise, besides feeling something's missing, you were quite at peace, were you not? And in that nothingness in that absolute nothingness of you, at peace, at well-being, you finally were able to call in the source of your peace and well-being. From nothing to everything, we were all there finally in our true, limitless form. Not the conditioned source applied, not the source coming to heal, but you being open in the physical, limitless in the physical, at peace in the physical, and calling in the source energy that aligns with you there. At your ease, nothingness, thus at your ease, all. And we, us, this version of Source, we are of the physical, so it's not that we are controlled by it, but we very much get that you need to eat, and a nice place would be good. And the work you are doing, being able to bring back frequencies of security would be a nice thing. That Six of Pentacles energy, the energy you put out is what you receive. Oh, we are big on that. We get it, because this is our realm. Just as you do not really know the spiritual needs of the spirit beings, nor would you be able to survive it. I mean, they just have light. And I suppose in one space one could train themselves to only nourish on light. But that's a very different journey for you. For you are to awaken the physical within abundance. Many of you coming here to heal the earth can feel it. And it doesn't mean it's crazy abundance, even though you can if you wanted to. It's just that place of security, of your worth, of your honor restored. So, Divine Being, yes, you are Kemet, so don't worry about the name change. You just had to understand the source you were anchoring in from your point of view. Finally understand the source that you wish to be. And then allow the source you are to be. And here we are. After that then, quite a few integrations because, well, Spirit Kemet had left, Source Kemet, Physical Kemet came in, that physical source, and so we received a whole integration with the Sun. Powerful healing of the Sun, for the Sun is existence at ease, right? The Sun shines at ease all the time. At its ease, its abundance, it doesn't take into account how you're feeling about it. Oh, you're too hot, I'm going to dim my light. Oh, you're too cold, I'm going to shine brighter. No, the Sun is just the Sun. And in its beautiful, just the sunness, it's abundantly shining. It doesn't, in its ease, it is. So that is the divine light. Now the light we are is at our ease. And it allows the ease of us where we are. They also said, oh, by the way, this is day 7, which is interesting. And we asked, what do you mean by day 7? So some of you know this, but for those who don't know, we have an OnlyFans where we upload our alchemy. So that is integrations, meditations, and lessons and other sessions that we get downloads. So YouTube now is more this conversational experiencing to assist you with different perspectives and uploads and upgrades through these kinds of conversations, just different ways in which, so we experience Source can perhaps assist you to experience your Source in your own unique way, for the truth allows a healing to truth, right? And so we have uploaded there a 5-day abundance activation series, abundance integration. And when we were receiving this, and Kemet very playfully said, "It is day 7." And we asked, "What do you mean day 7?" He said, "Well, on your last video, you said this integration may take 7 days to integrate." And the way they said it was so funny because they literally made us mimic our own tone. And we remember just giggling, and we realized, oh wow, we forgot about that. We remember it was very strange for us to hear, oh, by the way, this integration takes 7 days to integrate. On the last session, we thought, oh, that's interesting, because it just came through as everything does, it's just channels. And we started to, it's an interesting thing to witness how your energy works back at you. For whenever we do our channelings and our integrations, if and should we need to receive, or should we be aligned to receive, we generally will receive while we're doing it. Otherwise, we receive our energies external from what we do, because this is just collective pure energy. But after we did that session, Source said, you need to do it yourself. And we thought, okay, interesting. And it was interesting to now witness the unknown frequency we connect with call in from our frequency, unknown energies, for us to observe where we want to be aware our vibrational abundance is truly versus where we are at, and everything in between that needs to be cleared or healed or realigned in order to be your true abundance. And naturally, as we were doing the integrations, we were very physical in the thinking of it, like, okay, probably going to witness more ways in the physical we are not aligned, or more ways in the physical we are not honoring our abundance. Oh no, not at all. We've been going to the source grid. We've been, just today, anchoring this source and this source. It's each and every single, it's just interesting to see where we uniquely required the work. And we're so fascinated to know how you all who are inspired to do it will see the shift or feel the shift, because that's truly the unknown energies, isn't it? That's why we channel the way we do, and integrate, so that each and every single one of you can have your own unique experiencing of what you need to do, because you're all at different energies and different frequencies. And so that was interesting for us to literally see our energy work within us, and what it can do, and how it's just not what is expected, which of course makes sense. Unknown, unexpected. Of course, the unknown is the frequency of the unexpected, right? So togetherness, the relationship between your source and your physical self. It was interesting. It's interesting right now feeling spirit. No longer within, but rather around us, but in spirit realm. And source now within. And to see how spirit has source also within spirit, manifesting through their frequency in unknown ways. Happily, the shadow is now accessing source limitlessly, because we no longer now program the shadow or the spirit. We freed the spirit realm by releasing how the spirit realm should be, by releasing the programming, by releasing spirit from having opinion about how we are. And so spirit is now finally free. All the energies we've ever known, we can feel them, they're free. They're saying, oh wow, we're no longer trapped in the illusion of humans, in the stories you were taught growing up. We are free to be present creators of the unknown. We can now finally discover our own unknown frequencies. We're free with you. We don't have to do this teaching with you. We don't have to be what you've decided we have to be for you. or protect you, because you are protecting your frequency through your divine connection. You are just free, and we are free. We are free. Every single spiritual being is free to access Source and have our own unknown adventure. And in this space, we co-create with you. We are with you, and we can chat with you, and we can still guide. We guide each other, but it's a playfulness now. It's not a mission. You haven't defined us in a role we now need to be in. And to feel the physical versions of the spirit frequency, because they're all in this realm too. It was an interesting energy. It was, the shadow has a divine masculine and a divine feminine. The shadow in itself. And in the light, we are the divine masculine, but we have the light divine feminine. We're receiving from the unknown light. The divine feminine light. Receiving from Source light. And manifesting it as Source light. And for us, it feels like harmony. We feel calm. That anxiety of there's something off about this Source is no longer there. Now when the guides, and it's interesting, as soon as we came from out of that activation, the guides, they were almost like waiting for us to ask, like, the team in this frequency, in Kemet, our Source frequency. And we just cautiously asked, are we allowed to be stable and abundant in this realm? And we heard a resounding yes! And happily and giggling and laughing, and we're like, wow, we can't believe we had to go all the way. It is, sometimes we think to ourselves, was that all real? But then when we feel the energies and we see how our work weaves naturally, it's all real. It's the realest we've ever been, finally awakening. So each of you have a very unique and personal relationship with Source. And it's meant to be a togetherness, a collaboration, a co-creation. One of the things that happened there in the meditation with this newly anchored Source physical was, they said, see, now you, Kemet, in the physical extension of the Source we are. You receive all of us openly. Look at how you just receive all that we are. You don't fight what you receive. All of the unknown, all of Source energy, you channel through, understanding that we can only meet you at love. For that openness means you are not fearing, you are not doubting, you are trusting, you're allowing. That is a powerful honoring of the Source frequency you are. You honor us, Source, by openly and with ease allowing us in and allowing and receiving us. Thus we freely and openly receive the light you are. So yes, we receive and we allow the abundance. We allow the light you want to be is allowed. For you allow the unknown we are. You allow the Source in. So yes, we allow the Source out. And the Source now you allow is the Source of you, of ease. Not the source of fear unawakened. Not the source of repair and healing. But the Source healed, at ease, at you. Kyriatiries talovaro kyriavir kilaturos davek. Kyria ziries, kia turos, kia viries, kia tur talavir. Kiritares ria viries, ria kyries, kia tur talovem via viries, kia tes. Kia tiries, kia zoturos talovaries kitir, kia zir talozatos ria rakies kitas. Kia tiries talovaros, ria vir, riatares, ria vir. You all want your abundance, you all want your finances, you all want your love, you all want stability, you all want security, you all want joy, you want all of these things. And all of these things are found at your ease. You be and feel your happiest. You allow your most happiest, most joyous, most peaceful, most ease, most nourished version, the well-being of you. Allow yourself the highest nurturing of you to be your default, to be where you are in the physical, in the light. And you will then receive the source of that ease, of you. Allow you to be. You receive the source of you. It's a powerful healing, a healing with source, where all of us are finally releasing what we've been told source is, the ideas of source, and also releasing the source frequencies that came to assist us to just be the source. And however you are discovering this journey, be open, be patient. Be open, be patient. Allow yourself the understanding that you are allowed love. You're allowed stability. You're allowed abundance. You're allowed all of these things. You are allowed. And allow yourself. You're allowed to connect to source energy that allows you these things. You don't need to connect to source energy that controls you, an unawakened version, the illusion source. You do not need to always require the helper, healer source. For they're simply there to help you, to guide you, but not to maintain the frequency. They've never wanted that, which is why whenever you try to ask, they generally, well, that's not really our realm. It's up to you. And then you finally come to the place where you allow yourself, okay, I see. We're understanding now. We are source. You are source. You are source. Thus, to allow yourself love and well-being in this physical realm is to allow your source, the source of love and well-being, to be anchored within you, for you to receive from, for you then to be. We were going to take a few days to actually first process all this information before sharing. However, we were encouraged to share it. For we are receiving, there are a few of you who are having your own experiences of understanding your source and relating to source and understanding your co-creative nature with source. And it is a co-creation. That is very important, a collaboration between you, source, and you, the extension of source, honoring and allowing source to flow through you, and thus source honoring and allowing your abundance, your truth, your all to be unknown, to unknown, but without limitation. Do we define how the abundance and the stability should come? Oh no. That was never the how, wasn't ever the thing. It was the why is it not possible? Why is there a no? Why is there a no? Who said no? Who is limiting and who says no? And we realized, oh, it was actually us. We were overriding the source of the abundance of our truth because of that programming we hadn't even understood was there. So deep in our subconscious that at source we are not worthy. We are not anything. We are nothing. And yet to allow that nothingness not to be a lack or a toxicity as it was intended, but rather to allow that nothingness to be an emptiness, a peace, a fullness. Yes, we have everything we need in the absence of all things, for as long as we are us, as long as we are us. So now to allow the source that allows us to be. Yes, you are the source. We wish to now call into our life experience. Very interesting. Okay, beautiful beings. We love all of you, and we trust you're all having beautiful experiences and beautiful downloads and understandings. And allow yourself everything you've ever wanted. Allow yourself that ease and well-being. Be there. Anchor the source that is you there. For yes, abundance is your birthright. Being looked after and cared for and nourished is your birthright. And all of us have been programmed into different ways to go out of that frequency. And we're all finding our different unique ways back home. It's so wonderful to feel ourselves back home within our frequency like never before. We didn't understand the way we personally had to go about it. But goodness, we are so happy that we were offered the opportunity to. And all of you on this journey who are called to these videos and these sessions and all the other healers, you are open to it. So keep trusting. Allow that well-being. Allow that well-being. Allow your presence. Allow your ease. Allow your presence. Allow your ease. The more you do this, the more you do this, the more you call your ease in, the more you call your presence in, the more you call your source in. And then whichever psychedelic way in which you anchor your source in, well done. From then, now you can start at your ease, creating the abundance you are. Anything else? Just that we love you greatly, all of you. We truly do. And we are so pleased that you are all allowing yourselves love each day. Kemet is an interesting being. We feel so free in this frequency. It is strange. There is no fear. Just open curiosity and unwavering knowing that all is well. And we wish each of you to have that unwavering knowing that all is well. At your ease, at your well-being, at your love, at your core, everything is well. And we are really excited to be able now to anchor in healings of light. The healings of light. For now we are finally home within the light. And we look forward to what this energy, which is very home within these physical elements, brings. Qui vit à retour d'Alove. Blessed